We are so proud to have Clint Russell here. Welcome,
Yo,
sir. Welcome
What's
to
up,
the show.
Clint?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, guys. I'm good. I actually, can you hear me? By the
Oh
way.
yes,
Yeah.
yep.
Oh
You're
yeah.
good.
Cool.
Yep.
I hung out with Ryan Long at Skankfest like a year and a half ago.
You're
Really
hanging
nice
out.
guy.
You're hanging out with all my friends. You got Luke Radowski. You're hanging out with with Ryan Long. Just keep name dropping. Just keep making me jealous. It's cool, dude. It's cool.
I thought maybe you were actually friends with him.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
No, Ryan,
when you
Ryan's a
listen to
good guy.
when you listen to podcasts enough, it's almost like it's a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
They are. He just doesn't know it. He just doesn't know
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna do some tradition here, and then we'll get into whatever we're gonna talk about. First up, boys, 2-drink minimum show. I don't know if you're participating, Clint. Let me know if you are. But if you are, what are you drinking? What are you smoking? How you doing?
None of that. I got to go to the gym after this.
Fuck you.
There you go.
Sorry.
All right. No,
Gotta
you're
stay
good,
strong.
man. You're good. Mitch, go ahead.
Well, I'm locked and loaded. I got the guns ready to shoot at Milton, and I got Miller Lite like last time.
All right.
We're gonna show Milton how Florida man deals with the hurricane.
That's right. Rob, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm drinking this chicken cock right here. It's called.
Is that really
chicken
what it's
cock.
called?
Yeah, it's called
Awesome.
chicken cock. So I bought that, and I just want to say, have we actually tried nuking a hurricane? I know Trump talked about it. We made fun of him, but have we actually tried it?
No.
No.
Not to my knowledge. Nope.
Can't knock it till we
You
try
don't know it doesn't work until you try it. That's all I'm
They
saying.
do say nuclear is the cleanest energy, so it might be a good idea.
And then you get a nuclear Category 6 hurricane. That's how we do it.
On the downside, it could turn into a radiated hurricane, and
Right.
that is kind of a problem at that point.
it. Might get
Yeah.
Godzilla out of that.
Josh, what are you drinking?
So I changed it up this week, and I have this whiskey bourbon, Heaven's Hill. So
Okay. Oh, you get a bourbon now. Let's go.
I felt like after watching you for so many weeks, Tim, I had to do something other than beer.
Yeah. No, I love bourbon and all kinds. And this one here I found when I moved to Georgia. This is the Savannah honey bourbon. Oh, this shit is so good. You know, it's not real bourbon because it's not made in Kentucky, but the honey's real and it comes from some farm in Georgia, and it's great. I love it. Anyway,
Nice.
boys, Clint, I'm gonna be honest with you. We didn't prep much of a show. We just wanted to talk to you, man.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah. So, what have you been
So
up
it's,
to?
it's going to be an episode of Tower Gang.
Yeah, that's right. We're all gonna target the shit out of you. Hey, so is this your first hurricane in Florida?
Yep.
Yeah.
First time.
Are you scared?
If I was in Tampa, I would be.
Yeah.
But being in Miami, I'm not really sweating it.
No. How did you do
And
with the
COVID.
last? How'd you do with the last one? Because that one brushed up through there, right?
Yeah, it caught us on the periphery.
Yeah.
I was actually flying to DC for the rally, and that flight takeoff was one of the scariest of my life. But
Oh yeah.
aside from that, didn't really notice it. But the wind on that takeoff was not fun.
Yeah. My mom lives in Tampa, and I've been messaging her all day. And every time a hurricane comes, we have a running joke with each other. I'll message her, and I'll be like, "You're all gonna die," and she's like, "No, it's gonna be fine. It's the same shit every year." And so I said the same thing to her this time. I said, "You're all gonna die," and she said, "Yeah, I just hope it comes during the day so I can watch it happen."
My grandma, my aunt, and my mom all called me this morning.
Yeah.
They're like, you got to get out of there. My
Yeah.
mom offered to fly me anywhere in the world as long as I wasn't here. And I was like,
Well,
I'm
what a
good,
sweet,
Mom. Don't
what a
worry
sweet
about it.
lady. What a
Yeah,
sweet
she's
lady.
very, very nice. But
Meanwhile, my mom at the bar with my stepdad, bucket
Yeah.
of beer, ready to go.
Florida mom doesn't play around.
No, not at all.
My family drove into the hurricane, actually. We're up here in Pensacola, nice and safe. They had plans to go to Disney for like a year now.
Yeah.
And my parents and my brother and his wife and niece and nephew, they were like, we're still fucking going. They haven't canceled anything. We're not wasting that money. We're going. So they're going to Orlando. They got there yesterday. And they're like, we're just going to ride it out. I'm like, it could be a Cat 3 still in Orlando. So I don't know. Disney's going to, y'all are insane. I don't know what you're doing.
I gotta admire them. They're just like, no. This fucking storm isn't gonna ruin our vacation plans. We are doing this.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's a question. What do you think about this hurricane weather manipulation, Clint? What's
There
going
you go.
on? Are the Jews controlling these hurricanes, or
We are not.
are they not controlling these hurricanes?
I wouldn't jump to the conclusion that it's Jews, but I mean, obviously they're controlling the weather. I don't know, man. I know that the technology exists.
Yes.
I have no reason to believe that that they wouldn't use it for nefarious purposes. But I also know that hurricanes and crazy weather existed long prior to the government existing. So
Yeah.
it could be 100% natural. It could be natural but supplemented with government secret tech, or it could be totally man-made. It's weird to think that like I actually am strongly considering the latter option because
Yeah.
historically I
The
would have
Jews
thought that
controlling
was
the weather. That is.
yeah. I mean, historically I would have thought that was just completely insane. But now I'm like, I don't know, man. Particularly because of the climate change propaganda we've been languishing under for a decade plus now, and it's like they would love for us to just have wild storm after wild storm scare us out of our minds so that they could take more power. So I don't know. That's the motive. Whether or not that's happening, I have no clue.
Yeah. Part of me is like, because in North Carolina, it went up there after it was supposed to go more to the west, right? Like the earlier maps had it going more towards the west, and then the whole thing about the lithium mine and stuff. I don't know if you've seen anything about that. That's kind of creepy to me. And then I was talking to some normies about this, and I was like, you don't think they have the power to do any of this? And they're like, nah. So it's like even if the hurricane track spelled out Jew, they would not think Jews are manipulating the hurricane. It would have to literally go like this, EW, and they'd be like, it's probably just a coincidence, really, if you think about it.
I
Why
can't
does
even
it have to
read
be the
cursive,
Jews?
so I'm not anti-Semitic.
Because Spike Cohen has already admitted to having a space laser, and so it's not unfeasible that he'd also control the weather.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why not any of the other minorities?
I cannot comment on Spike's space laser or the weather manipulation.
What is that? What's the name of
Josh-
that? What's
Josh,
the name
the
of
obvious
Chinese.
answer is that other minorities
one of
aren't
the
smart
Chinese.
enough to control the
that?
weather.
That's where I was going. Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I'm
like-
blaming the Chinese here. This is
They're not-
Chinese weather manipulation.
They're not as smart as the Jews. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
You sure
so
the
I was gonna-
Irish
What's
the
that?
Irish
There's
are
a-
doing it?
There's
it's
a bell
not that
curve.
It's not
What's
that
the-
they're
yeah.
smarter than the Jews. It's that they're just more of them than the Jews. So they can combine their power, kind of like
That's true.
like Voltron.
It's a little known fact, but if you get 1 billion Chinese people to run in a circle, it can create a hurricane. So
Yeah.
Captain Planet, eat your heart out.
It's actually a typhoon over there, Clint.
You got to run the other way.
I apologize. I apologize for spreading dispedisinformation. My mistake. You're right. Typhoon.
The weather autist.
What did you think they were doing with the Uyghurs?
They were practicing.
I don't know. Writing lyrics for Ryan Long and me. I don't know.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
That was a Wigger joke. If you guys didn't catch it.
So,
Yeah, go ahead, Tom. No,
I
you
was
got
gonna
it.
say. So, what have you been up to? Honestly, I haven't really seen much of you. You really fell off since your VP run.
No, I want to talk. I definitely want to
Okay, go
talk
ahead.
on the Rescue
See,
the
should've
Republic.
Yeah, well,
That was.
I said, what have you done since the VP thing? Is that not in between?
That is the most recent.
All right, whatever.
Probably.
Go ahead. What do you want to talk?
Did you speak at the Rescue Republic? I mean, what was the overall feeling
What
on the
was the
ground? Like
Rescue the
who
Republic?
was there? Yeah, who was all there? Were they mostly libertarian, mostly Kennedy people? I saw a lot of Kennedy people out there. What was the feeling?
RFK was there. Tulsi was there. Ian Carroll was there. What's his name? Brett Weinstein was there. There was a lot of people. No, I spoke on Saturday. I did not speak on Sunday. So I went to In the Wars rally, which was very, very sparsely attended. And then Sunday was like all out. Fortunately, because I had participated on Saturday, I got backstage or whatever. So I got to meet Jordan Peterson and
You just
Russell
flexing
Brand was in the
all
back
over
and
place,
like
dude.
no, you
know.
literally asked me how the event went.
I know.
What have you been doing? Then I tell you, and you go flexing, huh? Yeah.
Flex on him, Clint. Flex
He's
on
big
him.
time. He's big time in us.
Oh, my connection.
Believe me,
Yeah.
I wish I
Flex
could
on him.
flex.
No, you're good. So why do you think it was the In the Damn Wars rally, right? Why was that
Was it-
sparsely attended compared to last year? Like what's the drop off there? Oh no. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. I think it was planned in a shorter amount of time, and didn't have basically like all of the high profile people that were at the first in the Damn Wars rally basically did Sunday instead of Saturday. So it was like, I think a lot of people were looking at the two events and they're like, well, I could see Clint Russell, whoever the fuck that is, and Daniel McAdams and Josie and Ian Carroll, or I can go the next day and I can see Jordan Peterson and Russell Brand and all these like A-list political.
They put you at the little kids table. Is that what they did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, deservedly so.
Yeah. No,
just wait till you get the swamp bump, then you'll be good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
I'll be headlining Sundays from now on.
That's right.
Only
The Ian Carroll, though. Ian Carroll, talk about a guy who blew up over TikTok. I love all his videos exposing like all the big companies and the ties in with the government, and like I don't know, he's just blown up, and it seems to me he's like one of those guys that's kind of discovering more libertarians and starting to kick it with us. Like you've had him on your show a time, or like I saw him on there at least once, I think. But
just one.
So are you trying to bring him into the fold? Is he like what is he libertarian? Is he just like an independent guy? What's going on there?
I think he kind of is a like RFK guy, disaffected lefty that is realizing that everything's a lie, but he's also very passionately, on the pro-Palestine side. So I think that's why he's not all in with RFK, and he's kind of looking at the Trump alliance.
Sorry.
he's looking at the Trump alliance with RFK and Tulsi and all these people, and he's just thinking to himself like, this is as close to my ideology as I can hope for at this junction. So he's kind of riding with that team right now.
Okay.
Very nice guy. Also, like, you guys know I'm pretty tall. I'm 6'1", not huge or anything, but this dude makes me look so short. The top of my head is at his chin. He is a Nephilim for real. He is enormous.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
I'd be like dick level with him. That's insane. That's crazy.
Yep. He could set his beer on your noggin.
Yeah, probably would. And then he'd be like, this beer's from Black Rock. This is State Street owns this one. Here you go. See this midget? He is partly owned by. No, I'm joking. Mitch, I know you had something. I know you had something you wanted to say. Nope, I interrupted. Okay, my bad.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Here's a question from Joey. We have super chats enabled. We are going to drink for the super chats. If you got picked for Trump's VP cabinet, which position would you like to have, Clint?
Fed chair.
You want Fed chair?
Yep.
Just so you
Fed
can shut
chair.
it down, huh? Yeah.
And so I could know what they've done with all of our money, like, because all their books are secret, so we really don't know. I think they bailed out the entire European market back in 08, 09. Just to know that alone would be fascinating. So that, obviously I like to end it. Yeah.
Hasn't there been times where other countries have wanted to get their gold reserves back from us, and we basically told them to go fucking kick sand? So I imagine
1971.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened when we switched to the petrodollar.
Okay.
That's why we made the switch, because countries were like, "Give us our gold," and we were like, "How about this, guys?
How about
we got a good idea."
How about oil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check this out. No, that's a good selection. I mean, here's a question, kind of piggybacking off that. Who do you think, even if he, or let's say, if he does it at all, who do you think he's going to pick to be that libertarian in his cabinet? Where do you think he's going to put him?
At this point, I have no idea. I mean,
would you lean towards he's not going to do it?
No, I'm just saying I don't know who.
So, let's just say hypothetically here, like it was something like Department of Education or whatnot. Like, who would be the first person who would come to mind if you heard that?
I'm blanking on the dude's name. You know who it is. What's
Corey
his name?
DeAngelis?
Yeah, but then he had that gay porn scandal that happened a month ago. So I'm like,
wait, what?
Oh,
there was a porn. I don't know. It went viral.
Listen, I don't care if he's gay. Just shut down the Department of Education.
Yeah, that's all we need. Yeah. We're all libertarians here. There have been crazier things that have happened within this party.
I understand.
Was there
$20 is $20?
Yeah, was there more to the gay porn? Was it underage gay porn, or is it just gay porn?
There's nothing wrong with that. It's not like Star Child.
What? Yes, there is.
No.
Underage gay porn.
Well, no, I'm talking about regular gay porn, obviously, not Jesus Christ. The alcohol's already hitting me. I must clarify.
Clip it, Leighton.
Jamie's about to destroy me.
Yep. No, I
That's
don't know.
crazy. I'm gonna see if I can find the video, and we're gonna watch it all together. Let me. Just
So
do some
speaking
typing
of
real quick.
that, like, how do you think it's going? Like, where are you at now? You were a candidate for the VP slot. That didn't go as planned, obviously. And like now,
But the good news
where do
is
you see
that
yourself?
the nominees are doing great, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
sure.
They're really good.
It's historic.
I want to hear from you guys what you think about this ticket, because obviously I'm biased, but it seems to me like they haven't made a fucking dent. Am I wrong?
No, they haven't.
So-
And I was very happy to see that Chase Oliver turned down an interview with Tim Cass and decided to do one with DL instead. It wasn't at the same time, but I love DL, but not the same.
Priorities, but
Yeah.
just so you know, Clint, this is how confident me and Josh are in this.
Oh,
Us and one of our former guests, Eric Cordova, currently have a bet going on
I think
for
we know
who's
that.
going to come in third or fourth if RFK still comes in third. Basically, if Cornell West beats him and Eric, I get 2 free beers. Josh here chose Jill Stein, so she comes in third. He wins. And Eric went with Chase Oliver because he's so confident in the Libertarian Party. So, Josh, in hindsight, I really think I should have went with Jill Stein like you did. That was the smarter choice.
Gotta go with the party person. Parties are always
Cornell West
dedicated.
just seems so cool, man. Like,
Rob hijacked the show. What do you
Yeah.
got?
This is a article from Advocate about Corey DeAngelo's right-wing anti-LGBTQ plus FIAQ whatever education activist exposed as former gay adult film actor. Report.
Okay.
Corey
So-
DeAngelo's conservative education reform advocate.
So Josh was right. $20 is $20. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For the
Pretty much.
record, obviously I don't care. I'm just saying, like, because Trump is going to put, this is the first libertarian that
They
gets
would
put
go
into a
at-
cabinet, they're not going to go with him because of this. That's just my
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
they would tear
That's
him
a fair
apart in
point.
media.
Yeah, but he's gay. I don't want him in my cabinet.
Here, I'll be back in 1 second.
Yeah, no
Oh, you're
worries,
good.
man.
Yeah. Okay, so for this,
Clint's
to
going
me,
to the corner
like
store.
to me,
He's gonna go to Chris D'Angelo's OnlyFans right now. He'll be right back.
this is it's always like a
Oh.
it's always like a double-edged sword here. Like the left always goes, well, yeah, that guy's gay. So like, but are they shaming you for it, or are they shaming you because you shamed gay people? Now you have to get shamed because you shamed gay people and you are gay.
Bingo.
Bingo. That's it.
Bingo
Yeah,
was his
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much it.
and rightfully so. Like, right? If you're like super what
Corey
considers someone
D'Angelo's never been-
anti-gay?
He's never been anti-gay per se. He's just been more like the whole homeschooling and all of that. And if the school's morals don't line up with your own, then just homeschool.
Mm-hmm. Is it wrong to want more details on this? It's like, what did he do that was gay?
He probably
You
went
know?
after all of like the pride flag in their classroom, weirdo, blue, pink haired. Like
That's basically the people he antagonized by advocating for homeschooling.
Oh well, he
Yeah.
did gay. He did gay
Wait,
porn.
what?
so he,
He did-
like.
So
They
there's-
they went,
money.
they dug that shit up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's doing
wrong
gay
with the little
porn.
I don't know anything about Chris D'Angelo. Like what?
He's basically done a lot for like unschooling and school choice.
Yeah.
So that's basically what he's been a big advocate for, and he's also done a lot to move legislation in different states for it. So he has done a lot of really good things.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, what
Wait,
I was
well,
getting at
He
He
gave a
before,
lot of great
real quickly,
head.
what I was getting at before is when we're in the party of Star Child. Come on, that's nothing.
Yeah. Oh no! Like compared to libertarians, it's not embarrassing at all.
I was in the crowd when Donald Trump
Go
was.
5 Cam. Don't make me some special thing.
No,
Come on.
you are special. You're special.
No,
with me,
5.
Especially
there
with
we
my
go.
heart. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna. Oh, not that.
Oh
I
man,
was
You
gonna
are
say we'll do
guest.
that. There we go. How
You
about
are
that?
guest.
you would have guessed the
You're
show.
good. Very nice. Welcome here.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, and then you have to hang out in that circle. Like maybe we should start recruiting the gay the conservatives that get caught being gay, and be like,
You want Lindsey Graham?
We need George
Yeah.
Santos.
No, well, if you like war, then that's a DQ. You get disqualified,
We
right?
need George Santos.
Can you pull that clip up? It was like last week where he was like, yeah, I know North Carolina's doing real bad, okay, but we still need to send $8 billion to Israel. That's
Oh
you know,
yeah, yeah.
No,
Go ahead.
correction. Israel.
Israel.
So
Israel, my bad.
I think Lindsey Graham is like the perfect example of a politician who's obviously getting blackmailed. Because there was a brief moment back in like 2011 where he was based for like a minute, and then he flipped to like hard neocon like really fast.
Yeah, he's getting blackmailed in more than one way, Mitch. Piggybacking off our other conversation.
I feel like he's one you wouldn't have to try too hard to get the blackmail on either. Like you really wouldn't have to do anything too extravagant. It would just be like,
Just pay him $20.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tim knows what's up.
Why does
But,
South Carolina keep voting him in? Same with Mitch McConnell. It's like I don't understand. I really don't.
It's easy.
Sorry.
We
It's
know
not.
they're going to be shitty. We don't know how shitty the other guy's going to be, but we have a consistent amount of shitty with this guy.
How'd you guys feel about Lily Tang Williams coming out hard in the paint for Israel?
Who?
She's the lady running for Congress
Yeah.
in New Hampshire.
The one who was like, the debate is over then with
David
Spike
Hogg.
and fucking Hogg.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anybody that comes out hard for Israel's gay, in my opinion.
Well, it's just funny because she ate David Hogg's lunch in that clip, made her super viral. She's now like the favorite to be the congressional representative out of New Hampshire, and like the first major viral tweet she puts out is just like, Israel's the best. Ride with Israel. I was like, oh, you are going to be a congresswoman. Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
Shit.
That
She
makes
knows
me
what the game
worried.
is.
That makes me worried, but at the same time, I do like her, so I don't know what to say about this. This is
Well, that's why I asked, because I want
Yeah.
you to burn bridges and ruin relationships.
Well, I have heard that Jew
Well,
girls give the best head.
I've always wondered about Ben Shapiro's sister, so that is a good point.
No, I mean, like I said, anybody who
I
comes out
concur.
super hard for Israel like that, like I can deal with the America first shit. Like at least you have your priorities right. But
Well,
but-
the thing with her though is she's gone on like Timcast and stuff, and I guess she lived through the Cultural Revolution over in China, and she has a very interesting perspective on that sort of stuff.
yeah,
Which is why when I heard she was running, I'm like, oh, okay, that should be interesting.
yeah.
I didn't know about this Israel tweet. If Jamie, pull that up.
What am I pulling up?
Lily Tang, was it Lily Tang Williams? What the hell is her Twitter? I guess she had a tweet that's like very pro-Israel. Very curious to know what it is.
I don't even know if that's how you spell her name.
It
I don't
doesn't
know.
matter. It was just you could take my word for it. It was fucking like, I want to be a congresswoman. That's what the tweet said. So
Yeah, was by her supporting Israel so hard.
Funding Israel.
Yeah, I don't know. Where do you see it going, Clint? You think we're all fucked? I think that's where we're at.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, that's
Trump's not going to save us. Come on, man.
No. I think he's gonna win.
You do even with the fuckery.
Well, who knows? It depends on how hard they fuck with it. But if there's even a semblance of a real election, yeah, he's going to easily win, in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. And then as to what he does with that, my real concern is that he's been talking real bombastic against Iran.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he's not. He hasn't learned his lesson.
So how do you think it plays out if he wins? Do you think we have economic crash? Do you think World War III kicks off just because, or like I don't know? How do
No.
you think it plays out?
I think it gives us our best chance of dodging World War III, but it probably increases the chances of an economic great reset. So
Yeah,
we're it's what you call a classic rock and a hard place. So
yeah.
I'm nervous either way.
Who are you voting for?
I'm leaning towards Trump.
Yeah,
As you guys probably know, I'd never voted for him 20 or 16.
you're not going to
but
vote Chase. Come on, he's the most principled. He's the most libertarian candidate in the race.
That's actually the main reason I'm considering voting for Trump is Chase.
Oh shit. Okay, explain
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Vote
I
for
mean-
vengeance. Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I voted for Jo Jorgensen even though I didn't like her. But this is just a bridge too far, and really just his inability to try and bridge the divide and do, Dave's show or my show or Timcast. It was just such a disastrous campaign. I feel like you don't want to reward bad behavior. And that's what it was. So
him winning or his action since he won.
no, I'm saying I don't want to reward bad behavior by giving him a vote. I think that the vote total ought to reflect what a shitty job he's done. Does that make sense?
Okay, can I want to
So
play
real quickly
Go ahead.
before we move on from that, I just want to ask,
not
who do you
moving on.
think is going to come in third?
Oh my god, Mitch wants to hedge his bets.
I'm just curious to know. Just curious.
Do you think Chase wins third?
Chase, Jill, or Cornell?
I think Jill probably.
Okay.
You think Jill's going to beat out Chase?
She's an established name, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I was telling Josh
true.
he's probably going to win.
Yeah, she's run like 3 times in a row. So
Yeah. So what about so like everybody, if you don't like Chase, the first thing they say is you're homophobic. Like that's why you're not voting for him. You're not voting for him because he's gay. I don't think that's the case with you. Obviously, it's because he's Jewish. Why are you really not voting for him?
is he Jewish? I didn't know that.
I don't know.
I did a whole episode on it. Honestly,
Yeah.
this is so not even worth talking about. His campaign is irrelevant.
But why would
So,
you
yeah.
vote? Why would you vote for Trump and not for like? Why would you choose? Like for me, I'm choosing not to vote. That's kind of my position. Why would you choose to vote for Trump rather than just sit it out?
Well, it's very simple. I think that World War III is a real distinct possibility under Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
So
We talked about that, Tim.
Yeah. Oh, I know because I tried to pin you guys against the wall and you wouldn't take the bait. I wanted to know because I asked you guys like, do you think World War III is more or less probable?
Tim, if you're not going to vote, I want you tell me that World War III is not more likely under the Democrats this go around.
No, I do believe it's more likely. I just don't think it's going to happen. And I'm halfway kind of rooting for it to happen because the alien conspiracy.
Man, that's dark.
Yeah,
Listen,
goddamn.
hold on. Listen to where I'm going with this. The alien people, the guys that believe in aliens or whatever, have always said that the aliens started coming around when we started using nuclear weapons and that they would step in if we ever did go to thermonuclear war. So that would tell me if the aliens are real or not. But I'm just so sick and tired of like all of this. Like it feels like it's been my entire life where everybody's like, the world's going to end. The world's going to end. The economy's going to collapse. This is it. This is most important. Fucking do it already. Shit or get off the pot. Are we going to go to war or are we aren't? Like, where the hell are we at? I'm just sick of it. And I don't think that, and on, more serious, I guess, is, I just don't think it matters. I don't think that my vote is going to make a difference one way or the other. I know I live in Georgia right now and people think that that's a contested state. It's, the people that I see, it's not very contested at all. Trump's going to win it.
It goes county by county, right? So your county's probably going.
I don't
to
know.
Trump.
I don't know if that's how it works. I never registered when I moved here. I don't know.
It depends on the state. I know in Florida it's county by county. I'm up here in the Panhandle.
When I first
That's
moved
going
here,
Trump.
I looked to see if there was a libertarian affiliate or any libertarians, and there's not within 150 miles. So I said, fuck that. I'm not starting it. I'm not building it. I'm just going to sit here and have drinks with my boys.
What kind of libertarian are you?
Not a real one, I guess.
Drink one.
That's the point it's coming down to. Like I can't even say much because I'm on the LNC, so I really don't want to get too much in trouble about like talking about our particular ticket. I think other candidates would have done better. Honestly, Lars and Clint, that would have been the best combination. Just being honest, Lars has the money, Clint's got the reach. That would have been the best ticket for us.
You don't think that that Josh and I would have been better, or are you just saying because of the money with Lars?
Josh would have been good, but Lars, because he has the money. You have to have money. You have to have it.
Clint, you're not a poor guy. Do you have Lars money?
No.
No.
Well,
We all
even if I did, I wouldn't spend it on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he had $1 million ready to go, and Chase
good
had
question.
one of the poorest FEC reports that even libertarians have seen in the recent history. So it's terrible. What was the question?
I met Lars a few times. I remember being taller than him, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Clint's taller. I think Clint might be taller.
Slightly, but yeah.
I think he was like 5'11", 6 foot, somewhere in there.
Yeah. So, but
I don't know. What do you think about what I said then? Because you asked me like why I'm not voting. So
Yeah.
Tim,
Tim, are you finally an anarchist?
No,
Damn it!
because you guys are all liars.
Come to the dark side, damn
No,
it!
you're a liar. Go ahead.
I just think it's too black-pilled to basically be rooting for World War III.
I'm not rooting for World War III. I'm just calling the bluff.
You said
I don't
bring
think
it over and over again.
It's like when some punk ass kid at the bar is like, "I'll kick your ass, dude." It's like,
right.
fucking do it then. Hit me, bitch. Like
So
they're just not going to do
calling
it.
the bluff. I got you.
Yeah, they're not doing it.
You think the aliens will step in though? That's what you said.
I'm hoping the aliens will step in, but I don't think they're
know.
going to do it either way.
I don't know. Whenever I see two ant colonies fighting, I don't step in and go, "Hey guys,
I mean,
I step in.
stop it."
It might.
Oh yeah.
The problem is this gives off the fucking Alex Jones always talked about how they're not aliens, they're fucking interdimensional
demons.
Like, so would they want to interfere? Like,
Tim's like interdimensional demons. I know what you're talking.
like just duh, interdimensional demons. Yeah, everyone knows that.
Clint probably doesn't know, but I'm very Alex Jones brained. It's okay. I love that man. What is this? Nah, they're in Ohio being busy with the cats.
Ohio's not a real place. We've talked about this. Not a real state. Not a real place.
You know, I've done 3 shows in the past 3 months with Alex Jones. So fun.
God damn it, dude.
That was that was a name drop. That was a name drop.
I know.
But yeah, we simulcasted the presidential debate, the vice presidential debate, and I think there was one other where it was on the show I do with Luke, and then it was also on InfoWars simultaneously. It was like thrill of my life. The first episode, I almost had a panic attack as soon as it was my turn to talk, because I'm sitting there for like 20 minutes as Alex does his soliloquy, and then fucking Luke does his long monologue, and then it's like it finally gets kicked to me. I'm like, I got 45 seconds, and I'm like,
I love you guys.
yeah. I was like, Alex, if you want to live with me, you can. I love you.
That's right. Yeah.
You do good under pressure though, because you were feeling the same. I remember talking to you right before the Vivek Ramaswamy at National Convention, and you were like, "I am nervous," and I was like,
dude, I was having an out of body experience. I was so nervous before that, dude. I can't believe how well I did, because I thought I was gonna just get up there and like literally freeze. I did not. But I think it was really helpful that I had hours of conversation with Vivek prior. And obviously Dave being the moderator and being my homie, and then having the home field advantage of libertarian audience, I was like,
sure,
all right, it kind of put me at ease. But still, I think there's a distinct possibility he's a future president of the United States.
Yeah.
So just that, yeah. So for me to have that like on my life resume for my children whenever I have them or something, I think is going to be really cool.
It got you a video on C-SPAN. Good job.
Yeah, yeah. The thing about Vivek too, he will concede points like to the philosophy, which is nice. That is not like he conceded a couple points to you. He's like, yeah, but I don't go that far. I believe in this, and you believe in that. So that's cool. So I mean, that's nice that he understands where we're coming from philosophically. So I think that helped a lot.
And
it was good.
Yeah, it did, and he played it smart because he was there to try and convince us to vote for Trump. So if he's going to come off real antagonistic with me, it wouldn't be, a great sales pitch for them. So I thought he handled it tactfully. I'm sure if we were debating in a GOP primary, like he would have fucking come for my throat. Like I have no doubt.
Okay. Yeah.
Even
Makes
though,
sense.
well, actually, no, I take that back because we are like kind of friends at this point. So maybe not. But if it was like down to the wire and he had to beat me to get the presidency, like, yeah, I think he would have done a lot better, is all I'm saying, if he needed to.
In the words of Kamala Harris, it's a debate.
God, even you impersonating her made me angry.
It's so extreme.
Yeah.
Tim, you're getting better at it, so I can tell you walk by your mirror every morning and you go, "It's a debate."
She would have been a better Harley Quinn than fucking Lady Gaga. Let me tell you, it would have been a lot better.
Oh my god!
But yo, going back to Alex Jones, have you guys been seeing all the stuff lately going on? Like, are the feds trying to like completely seize InfoWars? Like, what the fuck's going on with that?
Yeah, they are seizing it.
Just trying
they are seizing.
Trying to shut it down. Yeah, it's not going to work.
They're going to sell off everything. I think it's about 10 days from now is when they're supposed to be auction to sell off everything. And
So is he just
Alex
going
is
to turn around
Alex
to
is
do something new, or?
Alex is putting together a bunch of different fundraising or like buyout groups that are trying to compete with Media Matters and these other lefty organizations that just want to buy it and gut it so that it kills him. So that's the battle currently.
How much would you pay for an Alex Jones microphone?
What do you mean?
Like
I don't know.
they're auctioning off all of his shit. You know, like Rush Limbaugh
yeah.
had the golden EIB microphone. How much would you pay for Alex Jones' microphone?
All you need is the cover. You just need the cover. That's all you need.
I would pay divorceable amounts of money for Alex Jones.
I'd pay a couple grand probably. I'm a big enough fan for that.
He's gonna start doing cameos, right? Like if he starts doing cameos, that's when we get him. Swamp creatures. Thank you so much. Happy birthday, Tim.
Shit. Get on my neck, bro. I'll fucking pay right now.
Nah, dude. I mean, but for real though, how'd those kids get to the Super Bowl? That's a huge question that no one's even answered.
What?
Wait, what?
The child actors, bro. The
The fuck you talking about, Rob?
You know, okay,
I don't know, you threw it off.
I apparently y'all weren't
This is like-
riding
this
with
is-
him when he was doing the Sandy Hook conspiracy.
No, I
'cause
remember
I
the
was
no,
Sandy
with
Hook
him.
man.
But
I
you
wrote
threw
about
me off
some other
Super Bowl.
crazy shit. That wasn't one of them.
Yeah, dude, that was the whole
Super Bowl
thing.
threw it off.
Yeah, so he was a part of the whole like conspiracy where he was like, look at these kids at the Super Bowl, same kids as Sandy Hook that died. Yeah, that was like a connection.
Yeah, but that was a
I
convenient.
remember that.
I didn't
bring it- to
remember that.
Yeah.
Now to bring it back,
Okay.
it's a convenient excuse though, because other people have said more ridiculous shit, and there's no similar punishment for them at all. It's a directed, targeted attack at Alex Jones because Alex is crazy. He's super entertaining, but he's right a lot of the time, and I think it's targeted.
On the note of people that they've never gone after, whatever happened to the guys who made Loose Change?
Nothing, I don't think.
One of them's my
Yeah.
co-host.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I always forget
Luke
about.
is there. I don't think anything real. I mean, like Luke is throttled in his own way. He's not canceled to the level of Alex Jones, but he's certainly throttled.
Throttled understates it. He's got 800,000 subscribers, and we're lucky to do 10 or 20,000 on YouTube. It's crazy.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
Like I'll have episodes of Liberty Lockdown quite often that do better than what I do on Luke's. I have 22,000 or something like that subscribers. He's got 800,000. I mean, it's absurd. Like
You
they
should
have
run
him
it. Have you had him
shadow
on
banned
as a
into
guest
oblivion.
yet?
Nah, I don't want to talk to him anymore.
Got the fuck out of here.
enough.
I was gonna say you should have him as a guest on, and that'll be a real test because if he's on your channel, just his name and see if that gets throttled as well.
Yeah, it
Probably
could.
would.
Yeah, I think it would.
I don't know, man.
Is it like a certain point, like after you get certain amount of subscribers or something, you think they go, okay, this is enough,
You have
and
enough
then they start
influence.
throttling? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's size and your content. So if you say things that are, allowed under the terms of service but impermissible in polite society, that is enough. That if you have 100,000 plus, I think you get on their radar.
Yeah.
I ain't there
We're a
yet.
long way.
Thank God.
We're a long way.
Long way.
Well, I feel like with somebody like Alex Jones, I was talking to my wife about this. I was like, I think this will actually help Alex being canceled. Unironically, I really think it's going to be a boost for him because for so many years, Alex has been concentrated on wearing the suit, having the big production studio, like having, being presented as like an official thing. And what made Alex Jones was before that, when it was just him at the desk with the screen behind him or whatever, when it was just him doing the radio show. It was more focused on the content and less about the production. That's why he tries to sell so many supplements, because you got to pay for those big ass screens. He's got to pay for the desk, the production team, the research, all that shit, instead of it just being him and being real, genuine, authentic, which is what people actually want now. And so I think like long term, even though it hurts and sucks to be Alex Jones right now in this moment because you're being attacked in so many different ways, in the long term, he's just going to be bigger than ever.
It's arguable. I mean, the issue or the counter argument to that is that, which by the way, I agree with much of that, but the counter argument to it is that he was obliterated, blacklisted from everything about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And those 3 years before he got back on Twitter were probably the worst of his career. So maybe you're right. I hope you're right. Recent history says otherwise. His audience size was obliterated during that period.
Well,
Sure.
that's why I'm saying is like, what's to stop him from just creating a new venture under a new name after that?
Oh yeah, he can do it.
Because the judgment is attached to him personally. So like they will continue to come after him forever.
Jointly and severally liable. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of those things. Like I'm working at a law firm now, and we have a team of people. Imagine having a team of people for like the SwampCast or like Tower Gang, something like that. You can do research, you can do all these things. Whereas if it's just Alex, it's just Alex. He can't handle as much as he could with all these other like Owen. What's it? Watson. Watson did a great job for a while. He's got a team of people. Paul Joseph Watson. He's got a team of people that do good work, believe in what he's doing. You can do way more with that, and they're shutting it down. So I see the other side, but I do see what you're saying. It's more personable, back to the basics.
I think the quality of his content may increase, but his audience will be hurt badly, especially if they take him off the air. The way that he had been. So I don't know. It's I hope like Roger Stone is the leader of one of the fundraising groups to try and buy out the organization. So hopefully that happens, or some other, free speech, America first oriented organization is the top bidder. We'll see.
That reminds me.
So for once, we're actually rooting for Roger Stone. Guys, go Roger Stone, go!
I don't dislike Roger. I met him in person.
I like him.
He is such a fascinating guy. He really is.
He's a former libertarian.
Yeah. He's also done some pretty weird things in the Libertarian Party of Florida down here. So, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
That's how I got to meet him.
I don't know about any of that.
Yeah.
That's why I consider him to be such a fascinating figure in Florida politics. God damn it, we about to drink.
Yeah. What was the We Are Change episode where Clint said that people shouldn't have the right to vote? Top was sharing the clip. I agree. Drink up, fellas.
It was last Wednesday's episode. So if they can look up that by date, that's when it happened. And it was the 60 to 90 minute segment. I decided to be very antagonistic. I started making like really sexist jokes because we had a female guest and a male guest who was a conservative. Nice. And I started, and I got the lady really upset, which made me feel bad because her name's Tatiana Moroz, and I like her. I consider her a friend, but she did not pick up on the energy that I was trying to be provocative.
She didn't pick on me being a dick. Pick up on me being a dick.
Negging didn't work.
But like sometimes you're being a dick because you're just in a bad
funny.
mood and you're an asshole, and sometimes you're being a dick because you think it's funny. And I was doing the latter. She thought it was the former. So I don't know if she likes me anymore. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But the dude starts asking me questions because I'm going hard in the paint on how the 19th should be abolished. And
nice.
And he's like, but you could say, I mean, if you're gonna make that call based off of how women vote, well, then you should say the same thing about black people. And I said, yep. Absolutely. And he's like, whoa, all right. Well, I mean, but doesn't like representation matter? And I said, nope.
Yes, I love you. The content creator in me loves that so much.
Everyone in there, everyone in the room was fucking shell shocked. It was hilarious.
Oh, I love it.
They say
even Luke.
Oh man, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for the true anarchists / like libertarians going like, we should abolish the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Yeah. Like they're not ready for that shit to get out.
I'm like only landowners should be able to vote. I don't really care. I don't really care what color you are, but I'm just being honest. Like that would be my preference as opposed to anarchism or anarcho-capitalism. Like that would be probably my third favorite.
You're like, do you know that disproportionately affects black people? And you're like, I know that, but that's not why I want to do it. Like, it is a thing.
Well,
but
hey, the black people can fix that. Go buy some fucking property. That's not
go
on
buy
me.
Some land. You poors.
Stop being poor and you can vote if that's so fucking important to you.
Yeah.
Dude, BlackRock will start selling square inches of land. Just so you
they
can
would.
have the right
they
to
would.
vote.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's okay. Everybody will have the right.
We'd have to put a minimum quarter acre of land. That's the minimum.
There you go.
What was that one fucking thing that they were one of those crappy YouTube sponsors that was around for a while, where it was like they would sell you like a little square piece of land in Scotland just so you could be a fucking
Oh
lord.
yeah, yeah. I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Just do like just do some shit like
Scotland.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's kind of like one of those companies that does the stars thing. It's like you can buy a constellation. It's
Yeah.
like how many of those you got? You know,
How
They
many
got
have
so
you
many-
resold?
Yeah, am I
how many
sharing-
have you resold? That's
Am
what
I
wanna
sharing
know.
the star with someone?
You know you are, and then they keep you
There.
separate. They got their
There's
people
your
who-
there's your new minimum. You have to have a 40 acres and a mule.
No,
if you
because
own that,
then,
you
no,
can vote.
no, we can't do that because then they're going to start talking about reparations again. We can't go there. No,
Exactly. Yeah.
no.
By the way, Clint, Joey Two Guns watches this podcast naked with a beer every time.
Oh, see,
how-
see what he just said in the chat too. He said, "I see notifications for Liberty Lockdown, but not for We Are Change." That's what I'm saying.
True.
I don't think notifications go out for Luke's show at all.
There are people that like I
don't.
get unsubscribed from, like Jimmy. I forgot his last name. Not Jimmy Dore, but this guy. He does like ancient civilization stuff. He does a lot of
Corsetti.
Corsetti. I love Jimmy Corsetti. I've been following him for like 10 years now. And there was at one point where I just stopped for like a couple of years getting notification from him. Looked, still subscribed to him, but it just stopped popping up on my feed. I don't know why.
Does he believe the ancient civilizations were aliens?
Well, I don't. He goes with like the Graham Hancock, Randall Carlson theory, where like it could have been, but like,
Open-ended.
yeah, they're like definitely more advanced than us, and they got wiped out by cataclysms, basically, which is kind of what I believe too.
I believe that there was advanced civilizations, but not more advanced than us. I don't buy that. I think there'd be more evidence of it in the,
I think they would be
records.
more
What about
advanced
Atlantis?
in certain ways. They're more advanced in certain ways, and we're more advanced in certain ways. I think it'd be different. It'd be like, whoa, we had never even thought about that.
Yeah,
you know?
no, it's possible. I mean, the hard part is that there's not real evidence of it. Like there's in the absence of understanding on how they did the pyramids and they did other things, like a lot of people leap to the conclusion, well, they understood, how to get stone resonation energy or some bullshit. And you're like,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't fucking
Maybe.
know, but you are
Prove
100%
it.
guessing and you know it. You know
Prove
you're
it.
guessing right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
They definitely had laser precision cutting tools that cut stone.
Oh, this guy.
Big stone.
They
Well, I mean,
definitely-
we got like these big ass fucking megaliths in like Siberia and shit like that.
Yeah, it's all weird, and I'm not saying I have an answer, but just because they had megaliths that are bigger than shit that we do, it's like, yeah, but we also build skyscrapers that like you can live at the top of. These are just like big ass rocks. Like that's still it's advanced in the sense that like it's an enormous weight, but is it advanced in terms of like utility?
Yeah.
Nah, not really. So it still strikes me as like a primitive civilization that's using just tremendous manpower. But I could be wrong.
I mean, if we want to go back to ancient aliens, if we're going by ancient alien ideas, the aliens basically came down and kind of kickstarted what we were doing. And I'd imagine if they were doing stuff like that, they wouldn't want to, they'd want to do things that would influence the civilization without like putting them where we are now.
The more I think about it, you guys follow Top Lobster at all?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, we know Top.
Yeah. The more I think about it, the ancient aliens thesis is just a total ripoff of Nephilim. Because what is it? It's these spiritual beings that come down and reproduce with humanity or give them genetic code and technological secrets. Like that's just fucking Nephilim. That's the same thing. It's angels coming down and reproducing with humanity. So
Exactly.
I think it's a total overlap of those two stories.
And the ancient aliens, their argument would be, yes, the story comes from that because those people who lived back then, they couldn't comprehend things like the technology and whatnot that we know now. So
Exactly.
Of course,
So it would be magical.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I do think there is also because like even navigators like Christopher Columbus and those that sailed the seas without electricity and stuff, they looked at the stars. They had more knowledge about the skies than like your average person does to this day. Like the pyramids are aligned to certain constellations around the world, stuff like that. I think coupled with that, and then you look at what Tucker Carlson says about architecture like how architecture looked in the United States and around the world, just last century, it looks much more complicated and much more advanced. It's just not. We've just evolved to this boxy kind of architecture now. Maybe it's not more advanced. Maybe it's just more along that. You know,
Yeah.
it's something, some lost knowledge, some lost practice.
I don't even know if it's lost. It's just laziness. It's so much easier to build a
That's-
box.
I at the expenses sounding like Jordan Peterson, architecture and all that shit. It's just that postmodern idea of taking away all the life of everything and turning it all into like this square sameness. Like,
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah,
I
I
never
don't-
thought I'd be talking about architectural design shit on here.
Yeah.
Are any of y'all near Tampa?
Used to live there.
Negative.
Don't live there anymore.
Orlando.
Yeah, Mitch is probably the closest to Orlando.
Orlando, yeah.
Yeah.
So what is what's it F3? What do they call it? What's the shorthand?
Category 3 or whatever.
Yeah,
Bro.
what's a cat 3 versus a cat 5? Like is a cat 3
What's the Cat 5
like-
right now?
It's like
yeah,
30,
I know, but I'm
30,
saying
40
it's supposed to be a
miles an hour.
cat 3 when it hits
Mhm.
Orlando is what he said earlier. So I'm asking, like, I know cat 5 is like everybody's fucked. In earthquake terms, growing up in California, like a 6 is nothing, a 7 is fucking serious, and an 8 is like everybody's dead. So is it the same thing where you just go up one number and it's just like crazy difference?
So the technically a category 3 is between 111 and 129. A category 5 is anything over 157.
Dude, it was hitting 180 yesterday.
Yeah, they said
185.
Crazy.
Gusts at 225.
I was hearing too. There's not a category 6 yet, but if a category 6 were to exist, it should be somewhere around 192 miles an hour. So if it ever crosses that threshold, then we'll be in new territory, let's say. But you know, the other thing too is it's coming from the equator and it's moving further north, and so it's going to lose a lot of steam by the time it actually gets to Florida and becomes a 3. Living in Florida my whole life, I'll just say anything under a 3, I don't give a shit about. 3 and under doesn't fucking matter. But it also depends greatly on where you live. If you live on the coast, it is very important to be prepared. Even in Tampa, though, Tampa's really like St. Pete and Clearwater are going to take the brunt of the storm. And if you're in those areas, you're probably in the most danger.
Wish you'd
Tampa-
just pound communist Cuba right now with that Cat 5. Blam. Blam. No, I'm
Yeah.
joking. That Cat 5 is serious, dude.
See
That
how
is-
see how it slows down as it moves further north? That's exactly what I'm talking about.
I
So
don't
is
think it's
Portugal
going to move
gonna
that
get
far
fucked?
north.
After it hits up us, is it going towards like Portugal, Spain? Is it going to loop back up to the fucking northeast?
I hope it hits New York. They need it.
I really want to know how Mexico did right here at the Meridia in Cancun, here in the Yucatan Peninsula. I want to know what kind of damage they got because it cat 5 right around Cancun,
Yeah.
right around. Well, no, it kind of stayed off. It kind of stayed off a little bit, huh?
Yeah, it stayed
It picked-
off for the most part watching it on there. They got some wind, but it was like tropical storm force winds. Like the hurricane winds are only like 30, 40 miles out from the eye. So all that shit was over water. It was kind of like a couple weeks ago down here where, you know, fucking Helene's blowing through Big Bend, but, you know, it's just windy and a little bit of rain in Fort Lauderdale.
I've never seen one do like this though. I've never seen one kind of go like that and then start back up. It's kind of weird. Like I've always seen them go like this, kind of curve back up. I don't know if y'all can see can y'all see my mouse or no?
No.
You know?
Kind of do a curve from left to right, then back left. You know, instead of going like this round like that.
Yeah.
It's just weird. I don't know. It's just a weird pattern.
So
It's
maybe
like it's
in
trying to
Miami,
spell "you" or something.
maybe in Miami I have nothing to worry about, right?
Probably
Maybe.
not.
Yeah, you're
Probably not.
dude.
If it curves more to the right, I would be worried just because it's coming it's not coming right for you. But also, you have to go all the way through the landmass. You have to go all the way through Cape Coral and everywhere else. If you're in Miami proper,
So
you
here's
have
another thing.
all that landmass to go through.
Yeah, so
Just phenomenal.
hurricanes, they get stronger when they go over water. They get weaker.
Warm water.
Yeah, when they get weaker when they go over land.
Right.
So
What
that,
if the
They gotta go. They
Everglades?
gotta go over hundreds of miles of land to get to me.
yeah,
Yeah,
they,
but what are the Everglades?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's some water, sure, but
like-
that's not as much as the
like,
ocean.
That's like a little bit of swamp. That's not like the ocean.
That's still a lot of energy out there. That's a
I
lot
think
of
Lake
warm water.
Okeechobee would probably be more your concern, and even then, Lake Okeechobee is just Lake Okeechobee.
Yeah, I
Dude,
don't-
how dope would it be if it just absorbed a ton of gators and just have a gator cane?
Gator cane.
Oh shit,
I don't
Gator
know
cane
about
would be
that.
insane.
Gator Cane, and we'd have to eventually make a movie. Gator Cane.
I ran back
versus
in for
Pinocchio.
that. That was great. Yeah, gator cane. That's what we need. And then we nuke it, and then they're two-headed gator canes.
Fuck yeah,
Oh
dude.
shit.
Yeah.
Atomic Gator King.
Yo,
From
what's-
the
what's-
writers of
what-
Sharknado, you will never see this ever again. Presents Gator Cane.
What's Doug Crombie asking? He says, "Tim, you poaching Timcast yet? Clint is good bait." What's that mean?
So every time we do a live stream, a live watch along or whatever, I poach the biggest ones out there, and whether that's Timcast or the official LP stream or whatever.
How do you
meat
poach?
tastes we just go in there. Like I get us and the rest of the audience to go in there and post links. Hey, join this because it's better, basically.
Oh,
We say,
wow.
like for the Libertarian Convention, national convention, we were the second largest. We're the second largest stream after the actual stream
Right,
of the
yeah.
party. So we
Yeah.
we just went in there and go, hey, watch this. We're reacting to it.
It
And then
started
I was
during
bringing people. Yeah,
Yeah, it started during the LNC stream, and then we just came up with like the tagline "Poach meat tastes better." so everybody would just go
How-
poach that meat.
How
Yeah.
many views did you guys get on the LP coverage?
Over 1,000 when it was all said and done, but for LP, I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
That was 1,000.
Yeah.
Is it for the fucking convention? Oh,
No
man.
one
the convention,
cares.
yeah.
No one
No one
cares.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. That's why when I have episodes that do like 10, 20, 25,000, I'm like crushing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
At the time we had like 200 subscribers though, so it was good.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
It was
good.
great for us. Yeah.
Now we can actually finally, take
See,
super.
there you go. Evidence. we poach everybody.
Dude, I posted a 8-minute video of Russell Brand and Jordan Peterson on my channel on YouTube, and it was just
Yeah.
like shitty cell phone version of it. Did
Yeah.
45,000. Made me want to quit doing my show. Like just
Yep.
to hold my phone and video these two men does triple my normal audience or something.
Isn't it crazy, dude? Content
So-
creation is wild.
So insulting.
You put all this time and effort into something. We've done 105 episodes, and that doesn't fucking matter as much as watching Vivek and whoever debate.
yeah. But this is like the setup's good. Just got mine. I feel like things are looking up for the swamp. We got
Doing all right.
Shrek and Donkey just dropped that AI song. I don't know if you got to hear that, Clint. That's going to be played
I
a lot.
caught the tail end of it.
Yeah, that one was.
Josh was saying that should be our new theme song. I think I'm
I-
gonna roll with it. Yeah.
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 I don't
got it.
know if they can. Can we trademark that, or I don't know because
We can always fuck with
the rights to it.
We could always
They-
fuck around with it.
Listen, it's AI. I think the rules around AI creation, like whether or not you can monetize it, I think that's all still very sketchy right now because it wasn't actually created by anyone. But they haven't copywritten us yet, so we're gonna keep playing it.
We should submit a law. My episode got copyright so many times. I'm never suggesting clips ever again from Trevor
Yeah.
Moore. Trevor Moore is untouchable.
Well, Paramount owns that shit. Did you see what they did? I shared the screenshot earlier.
Yeah, the Paramount Ninjas came after us.
Yeah, PBD just shared a clip from 60 Minutes of the interview they did with Kamala Harris. I don't know if you watched that. And they took his whole video down.
Whoa.
And all you do is share clips.
See,
Yikes.
this is where China is more like free than America on this shit. It's kind of fucking insane with the trademark stuff, like
Oh,
copyright law, intellectual property. Like, okay, you can't sit on shit for 20 years.
No, they sit on it for 70 at least until they
Yeah.
resell it to someone else.
China doesn't
Yeah.
give a fuck, basically.
But
You can
if
buy
I-
you can buy a fucking emulation thing with Nintendo and all sorts of shit from China right now if you want to.
Yeah, but if I'm reacting to something, that's my own. That's our own thing. We're reporting the news. We're talking about this thing in the news. So why we should be able to play that. I don't know. It's just ridiculous the amount of
Are you saying
censorship.
IP is fake and gay?
It is fake and gay. And
Yeah.
it is fake and gay because like they are Paramount and these companies, it's like Trevor Moore has a crazy message in those videos that we played, right?
Oh yeah.
Crazy message. To a certain extent, I believe that they
It was,
trademarked that shit so heavily to keep it out of the public.
For Clint's benefit, it was the song about bring out the guillotines, or it's time for guillotines.
Time
or
for
whatever.
guillotines.
That's a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to me, it's kind of like a form of censorship in and of itself, because they're like, no, only we can play it, and we want to play it at like 3:25 a.m. on Comedy Central. Whenever we want.
Hey, question for you guys.
Sure.
I think this is a good panel for me to ask. So, do you guys think that my efforts within the LP have been a benefit to the movement or negative? And two, should I continue to try and be involved, or should I let it go?
Oh my God, it's kind of the question I wanted to ask you. I think the answer to the first one is obvious benefit. I don't know that anyone here is going to disagree with me that you had benefited the movement in any way that you could, because
I think he sucks. That's why I asked him to be on the show.
There you go.
But you know what I'm saying?
Like,
I'm not saying for
yeah.
you guys per se. I'm
No,
saying
no.
like
No, I think
on net.
No, I think you're a better messenger than most, including just about everyone on this panel. And so I think like you do a good job of explaining the position and relating it to people in terms that they can understand and where they can connect with it and really understand what the message of liberty is all about. To your second question, that's kind of where I put it up to. That's what I wanted to ask you by the end of the show was, what the fuck is next for Clint Russell? Like, what do you think is going to be? And you asking the question tells me you don't know.
This is my focus group. You guys give me the answer.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know.
man.
I'm in my early 40s now. Like, I don't know if I fucking should be, spending my
Getting
time
married, having kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can do that and still do my show, but like the
Right.
LP stuff is like it's so much pain for like basically no reward, and I just don't know if I should be doing that at all anymore.
Yeah. I think that you are definitely one of the top messengers in the party. Obviously, you've been a net positive for people like us on our side of things. But there's just a battle within the Libertarian Party right now between the old guard and the people who are like more like woke libertarian and then us,
Yeah.
And so for you, I think you could definitely do better elsewhere if you were like took the Vivek route and did like the GOP thing, the paleo libertarian thing.
Yeah.
You could definitely do better.
Yeah.
So that's a personal thing for you.
I mean that's someone asked me earlier, if I have Lars money. It's like I have enough money that I could probably, if I really wanted to go all in, I could probably go after a congressional seat under the GOP.
Oh yeah,
But-
you said the words. Sorry.
But
You gotta go all in. So
like,
Lars,
would I
Alright.
spend that money
Went
on a
all in.
presidential campaign in the LP to
Yeah.
get 2% of the vote or less? Like,
Right.
no, I would not
No.
spend $1 million to do that. But would I spend $1 million to be Thomas Massey's backup?
right?
Maybe.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe I would actually do
Yeah.
that.
And overall, that's a net positive for everybody. That's not just the
Well,
LP. That'd be
I
net
agree.
positive for everybody. But I don't think you should break off ties or anything like that. My thing is like I think the LP is going to go through a massive change. Like what's going on now with Karen Ann Harlos and like the LP and how it's shaping out with the board and stuff like that. A lot of people are going to drop off. A lot of people are going to pull funding. The party's not going to look the same come next convention. I don't think it will.
Yeah. I just don't know what it'll look like. I mean, it's like it's going to be so much turnover, I think.
I think
It's
I think it has to look worse before it looks better. Like if truly you're going to change the party, you're going to have to kick out. You're going to have to take out the cancer, right? You're going to have to kick out those people.
I'm going to completely butcher this Margaret Thatcher quote, but basically something to the
Come on, Miriam.
medicine.
Let's go.
Medicine is going to hurt,
Uh-huh.
but it's going to make you feel better in the long run, and I think that's what.
Why are you gay?
Yes.
Yeah.
You just always have that damn soundboard, buddy, Rob.
Why are you gay?
That damn fart noise.
Do you eat the poo-poo too?
Mitch, don't ever quote a woman around me again. Don't you ever do that again.
Yeah, I know. Take away the 19th. I'm with you on that one, man. We gave them the right to vote, and all they want to do is kill babies and drag queens in front of kids, and yeah.
I'm actually interested to hear Josh's answer to Clint's question.
Yeah, me too.
because-
I'm really interested. Yeah, I want to hear it
Just to
too.
give you an idea, before I
I got
hand
the
this over to Josh, I just want to
Sure.
say, Another
Okay.
thing with like what we're kind of seeing this last gasp of air from the old regime, the new regime seems to consist of a spectrum of autism that goes from people like me to people like Josh. He's my new opposition, and I don't mind having him as opposition as compared to the fucking Sarwarks. You know
Been
what I
trying
mean?
to fight Josh for 3 years. God damn it!
Yeah, and yet we're still homies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've created a new left-right paradigm within the party.
No, that's a much better paradigm. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But sorry, Josh,
So where do I go with this?
being a
all in.
politician,
You go all
No,
in. That's
I
where
know.
you go.
That's what I'm saying, and that's kind of where I was about to actually go with it. Is when I came into this, where are we at now, boys? 4 years, 3 years,
4,
5
yeah,
years,
somewhere in there.
3,
Yep.
4 years now. I think when I came in, everybody was like, "So what are we doing here?" I was like, "Look, y'all can have your own goals and your own ambitions and whatever you want to do at this fucking party." But I was like, the reality is you got to look at this like a pro sports team. The shit's not winning. We have a fucking overbloated fucking roster. The coaches don't know what the fuck they're doing. Our front office is god awful dog shit. So we got to rebuild. This is a full tear down, fucking build from the foundation rebuild. It's going to be 10 to 15 years. Politics is not fucking quick. This isn't the NFL where I can make a couple good draft choices and do good in fucking the free agency and I can fucking have a Super Bowl team next year. No, like we're not winning the Super Bowl this year. We're not winning it in 4 years. We're not going to win the presidency in 8 years or even fucking 12 years. That's not the reality. Like this is a 10 to 15 year rebuild of the party itself because the leadership and the fucking reality is a lot of the leadership around the party is dog shit. They don't know what they're doing. They're fucking povertarians who have zero success as actual like regular people. And then they bring that lack of success and that loser mentality into the party. And then they want to make everybody who's actually has success and is doing well for themselves and has any modem of like financial stability, happiness, family life, anything like that, they like to shit on you because these are unhappy, miserable, insufferable, unspectacular, unserious people consistently having emotional
Talk about you, Rob.
No, he's not talking about me because I actually want to take money and make the party better financially.
We won't go down the rabbit hole. Continue.
just go
But that's what I'm
continue to
saying
bury
here.
them like Trump.
Like there's actually people here who like are trying to better themselves because they want, they actually want to do something towards the party with that. When it's just a bunch of like I hate to say it, but like the LP really fits the stereotype of like the neckbeard basement dwellers who all live with their parents and like they work a part-time job and this is the biggest, most importantest thing in their life, and they talk about it all the time, and they brag to everybody, and it's they're on their Facebook and on their Twitter, and like they're so happy to be here, and like that's the thing. Like people just keep voting for people in this party because I know them. I'm a friend of them. They're really good. They've been here so long. Like God, there's so many people in positions that are just fucking god awful fucking dog shit. You suck at your job. You suck at the position. You only got there because nobody fucking else wanted to run against you because they're your friends. Like, fuck this shit. Like, y'all are cool with me, but like, if y'all had to sauce me up, like, I get this. It's politics. Like, stop feeling so bad. Like Clint, like, what are you worried about? Like, the people who don't like you, look at who they are. Like, name their fucking accomplishments. Like, please list their accomplishments and accolades so I can like kneel upon them as the peon that I am. These are fucking losertarians. Why do you care about their opinion of peons?
No way.
It's not so much that I care about their opinions as much as I care about the movement itself and whether or not me being involved is a benefit. That's why I asked, is because like I genuinely don't know. Because the old guard, which constitutes the majority of the Libertarian Party, as best I can tell, since they won the presidential campaign, like they hate me and they would love to see me gone. And I'm like I could get a lot more done under the GOP banner than I could under the LP.
I was going to ask you how you process this comment from Magoo. You have a better shot at reaching your political goals in a new GOP. Abandoning the LP is required.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably true. But at the same time, like, I'm not a Republican. Like, I am genuinely a libertarian. So it's hard. It's like, it's emotionally hard to decide. But I agree with much of what Josh had to say. a lot of very unimpressive people that are involved that have their little fiefdom that defend it viciously because it's everything to them in their lives. And for me, I look at the Libertarian Party and it's like strictly a tool, and like not even a tool that I really want to be using. You know, like I don't even like politics. I only did what I had to do because Dave didn't. And I was like, I just want to give some people an option that they wouldn't be angry at. So that's the only reason I did it. And it, you know, it is taxing though to have, even though like, yeah, I grant you their opinions don't really matter, but at the same time, it is taxing to have, you know, thousands of people that just hate you for no reason really. Because if I was a Republican, they'd probably like me, but because I'm a Libertarian, they're like, you're a racist.
Yeah, if you were a Republican, they would say you're one of the good ones.
Exactly. Exactly.
But then you get people. Yeah, Mitch is right. You get people who would be like, "Why aren't you supporting Israel?" You know, that'd be the new thing.
No, I'm not even saying that those same.
You're anti-Semite.
Anti what?
You're an anti-Semite.
There you go.
and Clint was like, "I love what Josh has to say," and Josh was like,
"You're an anti-Semonite."
My thing is the good thing that came out of convention was the board is mostly maintained by Mises Caucus people, and Angela is using the LP. Yeah, what kind of Mises Caucus are you? Yeah, the board has been helping Angela use the party as a tool to do things like talk to Trump, use the party as leverage to get Ross freed, to get a Libertarian in the cabinet, hopefully. So that's the thing that's positive that's going on. And I think that people who aren't hopping on that train hopefully will hop off and go to the Green Party where they belong because they're socialists. That's what I think.
And you know what? I just want to say those people should just go to the Liberal Party, man. Like, the Liberal Party is already actively trying to get, you know, LP affiliates that aren't on board with us to defect and join them instead. Mm-hmm. Seriously, just fucking do that.
Yeah. To me, Josh was right. Sorry, Clint. Josh was right with the football analogy. And I will say it's a rebuild. We're trying to run a spread option. We're trying to modernize this political party. They want to run a triple option. They want to have 2-3 plays and just do the Army Navy running up the middle. You know, we get a yard and then we'll punt the fucking ball. We don't want to punt anymore. We want to play a fucking football game.
And look at it this way.
Fucking touchdown.
The Chase Oliver campaign is the final game where they are running that play. This is their final hoorah.
Well, I don't. They're down by about 1,000, so it's not.
Oh yeah, no, for them, this is. There was a Simpsons thing where it shows like Homer in the Super Bowl and he gets like one touchdown and it shows like the one team has like 72 points and he just finally got them 7.
Can I clarify something? What do you mean when you say that this is their final hoorah?
This is basically the last. It's their last gasp of air. It's their last gasp of air.
And you're saying that they'll never have control again? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if that's the case. All I know is with them. If I were them, if I were in their shoes, I would take all the data that they're going to get from the Chase campaign, whatever the fuck they're getting, and I would then go to the Liberal Party.
Yeah, I don't think it's the last hurrah. I think Rob and I are probably in alignment on this one. I think like they're here. Like, it doesn't matter how badly they do. They're going to point the finger at the Mises Caucus and everybody on that side. And they're going to say, it's your fault that we didn't do better than Gary Johnson. If you guys would have just supported us, if you just would have been at our back, if you just would have supported the party, then we would have done better. That's what they're going to say. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people that are going to fall for that. And it's going to continue. This battle is not over.
What's crazy is the people who take these positions are like the most unsuccessful people. Like, they have a standard.
No, yeah, that's why Josh was right. Yeah.
Well, it's not. It's that, Mitch, and it's like they flip reality on their axis. They're like, you're not supporting us at all. It's like, oh well, we just spent $60,000 plus for ballot access in New Mexico for Chase, who's not going to get 1% of the vote. And we're doing it again in 3 other states. And you know what? RFK money would have helped him get ballot access in other states, but you didn't want to take that, did you? You didn't want to raise your own money. You didn't want to take that money. So you're going to sit here and say we didn't help you when we did everything to help you. That's what's going on with that candidate. right now, and I can talk about that. That's just what's going on. It's not hidden. It's just what's going on. So yeah, I mean, the fact that we didn't, I mean, it might have been better for you, Clint. I don't think it would have been good for you and Rechtenwald to win. I think it would have been bad either way. So I mean, it might be good that you didn't win. To be honest.
Yeah, probably true. But you know, I would have liked to have seen it. You know, I would have liked to have seen what we could have done. But yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Like what Rec did on the day of
Gummygate? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
Gummygate.
It just to me, that was the time when I was like, okay, it's okay if we lose, you know, because
I'll
I was
have
like,
you know,
doing that for the next 6 months with him, it's kind of inevitable. We would have had another moment or two like that, and it would have been bad.
Wait, Mitch. I'll have you know that me and Tim broke Gummygate right here on SwampCast.
Yeah.
That news was broken on SwampCast because I talked to Jeff Douglas in person at convention, and he was like, "I gave Mike a gummy, and now he's about to go."
Rob didn't want to say it, and I was like, "Rob, tell us what the fuck is going on."
And
but,
Jeff,
no.
we thought it was gonna be so cool. we were like,
It was not cool.
I could have told you that would have been dumb.
Yeah.
No, me and Jeff were pumped on it.
I cannot tell you how mad I was.
And I know that would have been dumb.
What do you
Me
think?
and Jeff were so pumped.
What do you think, because, honestly, Rechtenwald's reaction after his failed election, that's turned me off more to him than anything else. Like, how he's been acting, how he's been, conflicting with Michael Malice, all the spam emails that I fucking get from the caucus now, no matter how many times I unsubscribe. It's like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, he's pissed me off more now that he's not the candidate. Like, what is your perception? That's my perception. What's your perception of Rechtenwald after the fact? Are you happy, glad? Are you sad that he didn't win? Like, where are you at?
No, I don't have any emotions about that really, as much as I'm just I guess I'm glad that we're not the ticket. I guess I'm glad at this point. But you know, my primary frustration is just the complete lack of self-reflection after making such a catastrophic error on the biggest day of your political life. I mean, it was the day before the nomination. It was the night before.
That was his chance to sell
That is so
everyone.
crazy to me that you can't keep your shit together for that. Like, I had just had the biggest moment of my life. Sorry, is the connection shot?
No, you're good. You're good.
No.
Keep going.
Momentum was we can hear you. Momentum was swinging in your direction after that. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically we have back to back the biggest moments of our political lives. I did really well with mine, better than I thought I could have done, honestly. So couldn't have done any better. And then he does as badly as a human being can do, you know?
Yes.
And so to have us tied at the hip, even though I had never endorsed him and I was not, running to be his running mate per se, it was still perception wise was like this was the team. So it just sandbagged me entirely. And then there was just complete lack of, remorse for it. And,
and you were happy to pass the torch to the cop.
Yeah, no, I mean, I never really, I was honestly kind of relieved. I was like, I didn't want to do this in the first place. I did as well as I possibly could, and I lost. Okay. I'm okay. I'm just frustrated with what happened with Rec, and that, in the aftermath of that, there was never any real contrition of yeah, dude, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking that I couldn't not take a massive dose of THC right before the biggest moment of my life. But
An edible. That's the
fucking
problem.
peer pressure.
Look,
They warned us in school. Got to watch out for the peer pressure.
But
with
he
the drugs.
had been getting super high at many of the speaking events leading up. And
It's fine to do after.
Well, that's the thing was he was smoking, taking an edible, man. That's different.
well, he said he smoked a little bit before he would go speak to take the edge off. That's what he told everyone. And that makes sense. But then Jeff just hit him with a super strong gummy, and I even said this on the day of the LNC. Elijah, who I've had on my old libertarian podcast, he's a smoker. and he was laying head down, like heads up, 7-Up on the RFK table. He wasn't working with the RFK campaign. He was just there because he was high as fuck. He was just sitting, just head down on the table. I was like, "What's you good, dude?" He was like, "Jeff Douglas gave me a gummy. I
And I'm
don't
dead
know.
now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in my life." So those gummies were just very, very potent.
Okay,
And yeah.
this all sounds like excuse making. I was stoned. No, I want to be very clear. This is loser shit. What you're doing right now.
No,
I'm being
saying
dead
they're
serious.
strong.
Matt,
I'm just saying they're
Tell
strong.
him, Clint.
Let
Tell
him go.
This is loser shit. You are running to be the president of the United States. Keep your
Right.
fucking shit together for 48 hours. I didn't have a sip of alcohol until after the nomination and everything was done. I was fucking on my P's and Q's the entire time because it was the biggest fucking moment. And it's not even about me. It's about the party. It's about the movement. You can't do that for 48 hours in the lead up to the biggest moment of your political life. You shouldn't be in this fucking game at all. That's the reality. And anybody that can't keep their shit together in that 48-hour period, you have no business being involved in politics. You have no business being involved in the party. I'm just being honest. And that this is a big problem with the libertarians is that because we all believe in, not criminalizing drugs, that there's a very laissez-faire mentality when it comes to alcohol and drug use and everything else. I'm sorry, but if you're serious about winning, you need to actually be serious in your lifestyle. And I was, and he wasn't. And I was running for VP, which is like fucking nothing, right? And it's just unforgivable. It really is.
To be fair, you are a better presidential candidate than he is.
Thank you. But I was not running for that. And my point is, even running as VP, I was taking it that seriously. If you can't at least match the level of seriousness of your VP, there's a problem there.
Right.
So I haven't talked about this at all, but I had to get it off my chest. So
that's
it.
Let's
good.
go.
That's
Bring it
good.
to the swamp, baby.
And so sorry, we're keeping you over time. I don't know if you have to go help your dad or your brother, but I from what Mike told
I gotta
me.
go in 5.
Okay, from
right.
from what Mike and Jeff told me, he was not aware that he had to participate in the campaign or in that debate because he had lost the straw poll. I know it is an excuse. It is an excuse.
Yeah.
It's a bad excuse, obviously, but it got thrown upon him after he had consumed the gummy. That's what I had heard. Is that
Gotta
true?
be ready
Yeah.
for everything.
That's been his excuse. My understanding is that maybe that's the case and maybe it's not. No one really knows for sure. Ultimately, it's going to come down to his I think only he knows. So that honestly though, it doesn't matter. Just fucking keep your shit together, dude. The next day is the biggest day of your life. Do you have to get high? You have to? I'm sorry, that's just not acceptable at all. As someone who ran a serious successful company, if I had a fucking huge loan closing the next day, I'm not going to go out and have, a massive drinking fest or get high out of my mind or do blow or anything fucking retarded like that.
Just take some acid, dude.
Just
take a little bit of acid.
I've got a $10 million deal closing tomorrow. I am fucking going to bed early. I'm waking up. I might hit the gym before. I'm going to be on my game.
Yeah, it's game day.
He was none of that on the biggest day of his political life. That's fucking crazy to me. And then to have afterwards no remorse for it is just crazy.
Yeah. I will say after it, like Tim said, it did make me kind of not like him as much. I still stood by him a little bit, but I'm like, dude, you did fuck up. You fucked up.
Oh,
Yeah.
If he had just acknowledged it, I would have let this go. But because it hasn't been that, it's just been, it was months of kind of whining and complaining. I don't know if you've noticed, but my social media, I haven't fucking talked about this at all.
Sure. Yeah.
I moved the fuck on.
Yeah.
And this has just been such a dragged out, ridiculous nothing. I'm very frustrated with all of it. This has been good therapy for me. So thanks for letting me.
Dude. I hope you stay within the party. I hope you have some influence within the party. We obviously don't want to see you go. I obviously think you would do better outside the party and the GOP for yourself personally. But it's kind of the same with all of us, right? We know we could make more connections outside, but this is home. We don't believe in war. We believe in libertarianism. So that's why we're here, and that's just what it is.
It depends on what your goals are.
Yeah.
That really is what it comes down to. If you just want to be a voice and you just want to have your say and whatever, do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to get elected and you want to actually influence policy, there's probably a better path to do it, at least at this time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the good news is that while I was running for VP, I was simultaneously building out a network of people that, I now have a really good relationship with. Roger Stone, obviously Dave Smith, Tom Woods, Scott Horton, Vivek Ramaswamy. I have a lot of other contacts that are GOP, like basically MAGA or America First GOP people that are friendly with me. So if I do decide to go the paleo route, I have connections that I didn't have prior to that.
Sure.
So it wasn't a total loss, but I'm just concerned for the movement. I don't know what it's going to be. If Dave's not doing it, if I'm not doing it, like who's the next who's the next guy? And I don't know. I don't know who's going to step into that void.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Massey referred to the Libertarian Party as like the beacon. Like you look towards it to see which direction is north, but you go your own path along the way.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of it. Yeah.
Unless you want to drink and get fucked up at the convention, then you just join the.
Then you join the SwampCast. That's where it's at.
You pay your $25 and you show the fuck up.
Florida delegation.
Yeah.
It costs $25 to be a member of the National Party. That's just join.
Oh yeah,
Just
no,
join,
I'm not gonna leave the party. I'll stay a member, but I'm just saying like.
I was talking generally, not to you. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking
25
generally.
a year.
Yeah. I'll stay a member forever as far as I'm concerned. But in terms of like actually doing any sort of runs, I don't know. It's just like the risk reward is so lopsided. It's insane.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
No,
You're good at
insane.
it. You're good at it. You should do the best you can and go as far as you want to.
Well, thank you. But if I am good at it, then the risk reward even makes less sense because it's like there's no reward, lots of risk and pain in the interim. So I don't know. I got to think about it.
Because maybe you're in this pocket. You're in this pocket where Republicans are now like kind of anti-war, and you can sneak in there and you can go, "Hey guys, have you thought about this?" And then you make Lindsey Graham look dumb, or you make one of their guys look dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
like I don't know.
I mean, just
think
about what Massey does. Every
exactly,
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I could do that 100%. I could do that. Like no disrespect to Massey, but I am definitely on his level when it comes to shit talk. Like, I could crucify some of these scumbags. So it would be a lot of fun. It'd be a lot of fun, and I'm much more of a libertarian than basically any of the other Freedom Caucus people other than Massey. I'll give him his due. He's probably as much of a libertarian as I am, but in terms of like Matt Gaetz or any of these other people, I'm definitely more of one. So it's like, well, that's an interesting angle to consider. But then at the same time, I'm like, fuck, we could be in World War III in like a year and none of this matters, and maybe I should just fucking move on with my life. I don't know.
I think you should do this next.
Get on TV and call Lindsay a faggot.
Dude, I am not at all opposed to that.
Oh,
all right, last question for you. Who is a more real libertarian, Thomas Massey or Rand Paul? And why?
Oh, Massey all day.
Massey for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Rand is not bad, but he has tried to play ball. So I don't know what his actual like beliefs are. Like I have a really good sense of what Massey's beliefs are. Rand is more of a chameleon because he wants to advance and he wants to play the game. Unfortunately, he did that in a time when it was not actually it didn't benefit you to do that. It actually would have benefited him to be a very outspoken outsider, a la his father, in the 2012 to 16 era.
Sure.
That was when that was. I mean, that's what gave rise to Donald Trump, like that.
Yeah.
But he was reading from the aughts playbook, and Trump was writing the new playbook, and he didn't keep up. So, but I don't hate the guy. He's the best senator we got for sure. But Massey, as far as I'm concerned, is just one half step behind Ron Paul in terms of like greatness.
And now that he doesn't have his wife holding him back, he's so much better.
Oh man, that's dark.
Whoa, bro. Dude, that's fucked up. That is fucked up.
Rob, what do you have on the
Really dark.
soundboard for that?
Like,
Why are you gay?
Yeah, dude. Death? I don't know. I don't have a
There you go.
death soundboard.
Is that it? Is that what you want?
That's probably it. I got this. About that, yeah, I don't know. I have a
I had
lot that
to-
you compare with it. I guess I don't know.
Where's
That
the
horn
left
was
part
pretty good.
noise?
I had to end it on a high note.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Clint. How do you want to wrap it up? I know you fell off since you ran for VP, but what's next? How can people stay in touch?
At Liberty Lockpot. I put on 100,000 followers over the past year. What are you talking about? Fell off. Anyways, at Liberty Lockpot on X if you want to follow me. Liberty Lockdown is the show, YouTube, Rumble, everywhere else. And I also do Tower Gang, which is kind of like this, but more funny, you know? So,
Yeah, fuck you.
I'll see you guys.
Yeah, we're a little bit more serious here.
Are
We're a
we?
little bit more
Yeah.
serious.
So,
Yep.
Josh,
so-
you want it? No, you
Josh,
didn't
go
lie.
ahead.
No, Rob was taking it. Take it away, Rob.
Hurry up.
Yeah, I got a comedy show in Destin, Florida on a pirate ship, October 10th, this Thursday. Come out and see me. And then I got one tomorrow night's improv show. Other than that, just follow SwampCast and follow College Football Extravaganza. We do our podcast here. I just moved into a new place, so we're getting the studio set up. It's bare bones right now, but we're getting the studio set up. It's gonna look nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Josh.
Rob down there being part of the 50%,
Yeah.
stealing my time here. But Holofka for Florida, come follow me on Twitter, joshholofka.com. Come donate to my campaign. Free Ross. Rob, I love your new setup. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Otherwise, Mitch, take it away.
Go follow me on Twitter at Mitch Connor JLo. Of course, Free Ross. Check out 1776 swag, despite the fact that it's currently being changed. So I don't know, man. Still go check out Proud Libertarian, honestly, for the time being.
Love
But,
dog food.
also, let's all go get our guns and go fight Milton and show him who's the boss.
There you
Nuke
go.
Milton. Nuke Milton.
Duke Milton.
Swamp Gator Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Swamp.
Hell yeah.
Gator cane. Gator cane, baby.
Gator
Yeah.
Kane.
Hey, make sure you're following the show everywhere that we are. If you want to get all of the latest updates, you got to join the Discord. That's where we post the most stuff. If you want to be bombarded by porn bots and all that stuff, then you can follow us on X and take care of that. We are trying to get to 1,000 subs so that we can monetize Rob's shorts. We can pimp him out for 20 seconds, $1.
Yeah.
Whatever it ends up being. I did have something a little different that I wanted to end the show on. I don't know if you guys had seen this yet. Here, let me cut the music and switch it over. Look at this.
Get off the bus! Get off the fucking bus!
Is that a little kid?
Get off the bus, yo! Get off the bus!
Oh, no.
What do you mean?
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Okay?
Wait for it.
That's a grown-ass man.
That's a grown-ass man.
Midget.
Y'all didn't expect that. Everybody, see you next Tuesday.